Right. I'm gonna wait for a few people to come in. Go ahead and go over my pre-market process. You know, it's Friday. I like to go live on Fridays, just kind of run through the gauntlet. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Unfortunately, at least I haven't figured this out yet on live. I don't know how to share my screen so you can see what I'm seeing. If anybody got any details on that, I would gladly take them because I would love to share my screen. It would help for people to understand what we're talking about. Let's see. I don't see the option. This is, I think, share. Well, let me see. I don't want to mess this up. I think this is just to share the link. What is this? Yeah, that's just to share the link. No. So, what is this? I don't know. All right, man. We got the chat going. All right, so I'm going to start with my pre-market process. And for those of you who do not know, I use TradingView. It's not even expensive. I know people pay like crazy amounts of money for their software, charting software, and scanning software, but it's really, at least for what I do, it's not even necessary. So let me go over the parameters. Okay, so the exchanges that I have selected, I have the New York Stock Exchange, ARCA, NASDAQ, OTC markets. I don't even know why I have OTC. I rarely use them, but I have New York Stock, NYSE, ARCA, NASDAQ, NYSE, OTC as well. Okay, those are my exchanges that I use. Then I always go, the next thing I look at is price. Okay, so I want, when I'm scanning, I want the price to be below $15. That's my limit. Okay, and then I scan for, then I go down and I tell it that I want the pre-market volume to be to be a minimum of 500,000 or more. Okay, so those are my scan parameters. Very simple. And again, you have to have extended hours to be able to see what I'm talking about. So if you don't have extended hours, then the scan doesn't matter. How I scan doesn't matter. But if you have that, it's cool. I think I pay a total of no more than $40 a month for TradingView in regards to the my charting software. I was with another one before it. I was paying $200 a month. Now, was it legit? Yeah, but I'm doing the same exact thing, fighting the same exact charts for way less money. It's crazy. So all I'm trying to tell you is it shouldn't be costing you an arm and a leg for this. Okay. So once I do that scan, right, I make sure it's on extended hours. Here's what I do next. The next thing I do on TradingView, they have these options: pre-market close, pre-market change percentage, pre-market gap percentage, pre-market volume. So I'm not even going to go over the rest. I'm just going to tell you what I do. As soon as I put the parameters for the scan, it scans. Then I click on pre-market change percentage, and what that does is it filters it. It filters it by the highest change, the gap, the stocks with the highest changes, right, by percentage. Okay, and it also has to have my volume requirements. So that's pretty much what I do. And by doing this is good. This is a decent start to Friday. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 stocks that are moving. Okay, so let me go ahead and put them in my now. What I do, make sure. Okay, no question. If you got any questions or comments, just go ahead and throw them in the box. I'm here until 6:25. You got me at 6:25. I will not be live while I'm trading. But anyway, I was saying, now that I found my the few stocks, I'm gonna go put them in my. I have 2 pages of TradingView open, one for the screener and one for the chart. So now I'm gonna go put them into my little daily trading box, so I can look at them. NAVB, what was the other one? I forgot already. So I see NAVB, NAVB, I see MDGS, I see DRAD, and I see TTOO. Those meet my criteria. I forgot one thing on my criteria. When I look at the pre-market change percentage, it has to have changed a minimum of 20%, but I actually don't even like 20. I think I'm moving up to 25 to 30%, but it has to be up a minimum of 25% or more. Let me just say it that way. 25% or more. Anything below 25%, I am not interested in. And generally speaking, the bigger the better. Okay, bigger the better, because that's going to create a lot of volatility. And then when you see like NAVB, it's got 7 million volume right now at 6 a.m. MDGS has 1 million. DRAD only has 612,000, but it still is in the ballpark. And then TTOO has 5 million. I'm looking for stocks that have volume. I really prefer it to have a minimum of 1 million by the open. That's why I do my 500,000, because when I refresh this scan at about 15 minutes, we'll see if the volume is picking up. That's a good indicator for me, especially like on DRAD that only has 612,000. When I scan this in 15 minutes, I want to see that jump by 200,000, if not by 400,000, because I'll know people are serious. Usually when there's more than a couple of million, when there's more than 1 million people at the pre-market action, it's because it's a stock that's moving, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for movers. Okay, so anyway, NAVB, MDGS, drag. Okay, MDS, DRAD, and TTOO. Okay, so now, you know, now that I've got that part done, I am now going to go into the charts, okay? And I'm going to start looking at these. And so the first one that I'm looking at is NAVB, because I just go in the list from top to the bottom. NAVB, and I start on the 15-minute time frame, okay? So usually what I'll do is I'm looking at this one, and I'm trying to just see where's the biggest candle at. Which candle would I be willing to buy? That's the first thing I want to know. Okay, so I'm usually looking for the first two buy areas, the two areas that are clear as day. So I look. Let me put it this way. I'm looking for three things. Number one, where did this move start? I want to know where it launched at. Okay, that's the first thing that I want to know. Where did this move launch at? Okay. Number two, I want to know, where is there like a pivot? Did it go up and then come down and then bounce? Where's that pivot at? I like to find that pivot. And then number three, where is the boom candle? And usually that boom candle is the one that you're going to end up buying. Okay, because the boom candle was the biggest, strongest candle. It was the strongest buying candle of the pre-market. That always kind of tells me where people are really interested and willing to buy this particular stock at. Okay, so usually I will have 2 to 3 lines on my pre-market chart based on that. So here we go. I'm looking at the boom candle for this one. The high volume one is 2, low 9, 2. Okay. And so let me get this line here. There we go. 294 is you. Okay. All right. So now that I've done that on the 15-minute time frame, I'm going to drill down into the 5. I just want to look at the 5. Sometimes the 5 can be more telling. Like boom, I was interested in this first line at 277 price point, and like when you look at it on the 5, I know exactly why I was interested. It makes perfect sense as to why. Okay. So this actually, and sometimes when you go into the 5, you'll find out that another candle was, in regards to volume, was more important and bigger than the one that you thought on the 15-minute time frame. And that's the other reason why I like doing that. So anyway, I got this thing lined up. Next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to look at news. So let me just see if there's anybody got any questions. Okay, no questions. It's me and somebody else. All good. So then I look at the news, and I have a little news scanner set up, the headline scanner set up on my deal. So in the video, I'm gonna start rockets towards 13% month high. Towards 13-month high on heavy volume after trial data. Okay, so it's ran a trial, and the trial came out good. And the key is, it said it's on 13-month high. 13-month highs or 52-week highs, those tell you that this thing might be breaking out. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the news, and I'm going to keep going through my process. But when I scan the news, I go back. I go back as far as it'll let me, because you want to make sure that there's no kind of weird call. Presentation 14th May. Okay, so no weird kind of phone call coming out during market hours that might impact your stock. You in the stock, and then they submit, they tell news of how bad earnings was, and everything sells off, and you didn't know. So you got to always make sure that you go back far enough to make sure and scan that there's nothing that there's just nothing coming during market hours today. You don't want that. Okay. Earnings conference call. Yeah, okay, cool. So I went back far enough. Now that I've done that, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just look at the daily. I always look at the daily. I just want to have a vibe because sometimes stuff is gapping up real high, and you're like, man, this is a huge gap, and it only makes sense that it's gonna sell off. Okay, so let me see. All right, so we see, and also I want to see where resistance at. So right now we're in the $3 range, right? But this thing, it says it's not a true blue breakout. It's got it's got resistance sitting at about 4. Yeah, about 4. Let me just put a line there. This also is good because it gives you an idea of where the resistance will be. This has resistance at 378. This stock definitely is diluted. I can tell you right now, this stock at one point was up to like $9 range. A year ago. So it's down to 127. So what does that mean? That means this stock is diluted. That means that they've done several offerings that basically they've diluted their power. And so when the stock gets up high, the people who have a whole bunch of shares from the $8 range, guess what they want to do? They want to turn that into some money. They want to liquidate that essentially. Okay, so I'm not overly excited about this stock being one of the runners that's going to go super duper high. I'm not telling you that it's not. I'm just telling you that it's a diluted stock that has resistance at about 378. I can see it pushing to 4, but I'm gonna let it do what it does. I'm not gonna get overly excited. I know where I'm willing to buy it at, and that's all there is to it. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. Nothing more, nothing less. What do you trade on? Can I do this on Robinhood? I don't know. I trade on E-Trade. All my trades are made place. All my day trading is done through E-Trade. All my swing and long trades, excuse me, all my buy and hold ETF trades are done on Charles Schwab. Um, that's what I do. So, I don't know what Robinhood has nor offers, but I would imagine that if Robinhood is a serious I don't, I just want you to know E-Trade is zero commissions. I don't know if you know that. So is Charles Schwab. I always tell people I know Robinhood is kind of the cool new thing, but like, you got two of very established brokers that don't even charge commissions on any of your trades right now. I would be dealing with something like that because you know that they're a little more legit. But Robinhood should have everything. I would imagine that in order for you to access certain markets, you got to pay extra. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea, but I know that when it comes to money and when it comes to trading, my pops always told me always make sure you use established brokers and established people because you know if they've been here for 50 years plus, it's because they're gonna be here for the next 50 years. You want to deal with people who are really established. That's just my opinion. You do whatever is best for you. MDGS. Now I'm going down the list. Okay, so MDGS. This is one of them. God, I hate these little weird, ugly ones. It's funny. I've traded this one before, clearly because I already have lines here, and the line I don't even have to draw a line. The lines are actually already perfectly placed, and this one's selling off anyway. Don't let me go to the 5 minute. 5 minute, quick. I can. You know what? Before I do this, let me predict that I'm gonna draw a line right here, and I'm gonna bet you that when I go to the 5 minute, it's gonna be telling. Okay, let's go 5 minute. Just like I thought. Okay, so MDGS. What's the news? The news can't be too serious because it's selling off already. Achieved breakthrough with healthcare first of its kind, OR ready wireless endoscope. So it's got some kind of whatever it does in this industry. I don't even know what the heck that is. Okay, Dave Altefo. Not familiar. Test. Okay. Keep scanning the news. I guess They announced the pricing of 5 million. See, they had an offering. That's what messed them up. Let me read this one real quick. It says that it had a $5 million offering, and that's what we talk about by dilution. Now today's the 22nd. This article came out on the 19th. I just want to know when this is going down. American ABS, right, warrant, uh, purchase warranties to purchase. Yeah. CDS is being sold to the public at the price of $1.50. Share each pre-funded warrants being sold to the public. 49 goes to proceeds. Yeah. The offering is expected to close on May 22nd, subject to customer. So today it closes. So this is why you got to scan through to see. If I just looked at the first two articles, I wouldn't have saw that. Okay. And this makes perfect sense to me now why it looks the way it does on the pre-market chart. Because this is an offering. Okay. And offerings aren't 100% bad. Okay. So the price is right now $300. They did this offering at 150. So it's shooting up because they're saying, hey, we're going to basically offer you a stock that was yesterday listed at 270, right? We're gonna let you buy it for $1.50, okay? In an effort to dry. So people, even though it's at $3, they're buying. They're paying the $1.50 price on this public offering because they need money. They need the money to come in so they can fund whatever it is that they're trying to do. Okay, and so this is what we mean by dilution. So this dilutes the stock. Okay, so yeah, I'm not, gonna run into this one. I'll watch this. This one's gonna have to come all the way down to the price. Look at it every time, and then I go to I'm looking at the daily, and every time it moves up, it just sells off. And I know why it sells off, because it's diluted. So when you look at this daily, you'll notice that every time that it gapped up, it has a huge red candle. Why? Because it's diluted. And that means that every time that it gets up there and gets some value, the people who've been holding the bag, the people who bought this thing at $20, $14, they just won't get some money back, man. So they share it off, sell it off. And so what you'll see is you're thinking this thing is gonna go to the moon because you didn't do no research. And then like it may be, let's say right now it gets up to like $4 and you're like, oh yeah, it's about to go, it's gonna go, and it just sells the heck off, right? That's because all the bag holders wanted you to pump it up. They wanted you to get as high as they could, and then they just start dumping shares, selling it off, and it just your whole move and momentum, is done. And this is why they say don't chase or don't buy high, because if you chase and buy high into this, your feelings is hurt because it ain't coming back. It ain't. It's not coming back because it's diluted. Okay. So for this one, I'm gonna go with the I'm good method and just kind of sit down. Now, the only thing that you guys are not seeing is I have a little what do you call this, PowerPoint, and in that PowerPoint I type up my game plan. So I'll screenshot everything and I type my game plan up so I know exactly where I want to trade this. So um, but yeah, so MBGS is basically selling off. I don't trust this one at all. I'm not willing really to buy this stock. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of my list because I don't think it's. And now that it's coming in 6:15, I'm gonna do a quick refresh in my scan. Okay, and see, this is why you gotta always refresh. Okay, so when I refresh, I just found out there's a new winner in the mix, XSPA, XSPA. Okay, so I'm gonna add that. It's already got 18 mil. Wait, where's your volume at? 37 million in volume already. 18 million in volume pre-market. This is something that's serious. And DRAD, remember I said I hope it when I refresh it jumps up to 800,000. It did. It's at 835. So this is telling me that DRAD stock is going to be serious. Okay, so let me go ahead, continue the process. So I'm looking at DRAD now. Okay, DRAD. All right, and so clear as day that this is one. It's got a clear as day launch area at 235. That's where the move started. Okay. Right now the pivot is at 264. Okay, and the boom candle is the same as the launch candle, so I don't really have to put another line. But what I am going to now do is drop down to the 5 so I can see what's popping on the 5. What does it look like? About what I thought. Okay, this is a great area. This 265 area, especially if this is going to be coming from 3. I am certainly willing to buy it there. That is a very good opportunity. Okay, so now we pop to the daily, see where the resistance might be. So I don't really be surprised. And see, this is another one I can already tell you is diluted. Okay, because every time that it gaps up, it's got more red days in a little bit. And then, of course, I don't go back no further than March of last year. And this thing was at $14. Now it's down to $2. This is a diluted stock. Most penny stocks are diluted. This is why people wonder, how come we don't hold longer? Man, because I know I'm dealing with penny stocks, man. And at any time, a bag holder can just sell thousands of shares and just kill the price action. That's why I get in and I get out. I don't fall in love with these at all. Let me see what the news is, okay? Edited transcript. Okay, conference call, presentation, May 5th. So it had earnings on the 15th. Okay. So really there's no big news here. It had earnings on the 15th. Everybody should already know what's going on here. Yeah. So maybe they're just finally getting. I'm gonna keep going through this. There's got to be something coming down the pipe. Yeah. Okay. Well, we know where we want it at, so we'll leave that there. Okay. We'll let the rest of it play itself out. All right. Keep going. TTOO. All right. On the 15th, we start. The launch candle starts here at 65, and I do my main analysis. Again, just for those of you who may want to learn, my main analysis starts on the 15-minute time frame. I drop down and I go back up. I just always like to start there, drop down. So now I'm dropping down to the 5. I don't really see it. Well, I guess you can call a pivot at about 84. Let me see here. Let me drop down to the 5. Sometimes the 5 gives you more. Yeah, about what I thought. Okay, so let me move this line here. The 5-minute. So the pivot is at 81. The problem with this is the price is already at 80. It's too close for me because when it opens, I want it to drop a good 10% or more. I really like to see that panic created, and that creates good buying opportunity. So this one is it's interesting. I thought it was going to be better morning because we got some stocks, but like, man, some of these charts are just not really good. And the news, I can't remember NAVB's news, but I don't see much. Like, there's no news that's exciting. Okay, so there's the 4. Let me add XBuy in, see what's going on with you. Hopefully you will be our saving grace. Yeah. There's no need to force anything, though. Let me tell y'all that. All right, this is one of them. Just damn, man, we ain't had no good patterns this morning. All right. Oh well, the best pattern was on Drad. Drad had a good pattern. That's probably going to be the focus for me. Okay. So this one is like just shot up in the last 15 minutes. So let's go see what the news is. What created this big push all of a sudden out of the blue? Is this just a Friday, let's make some money move, or what's going on? So 12 consumers. Yeah, okay. Give me some real news. Get that they moving. I want to know why this stock is moving. Well, there is no news. Okay. So let me go ahead and do this. Click on this first article. Yeah, some of these just be pumps, man. They just be pumping. Just all there is to it. They pump on a Friday. It's a game plan by the insiders. They create a little excitement. Okay. So XPA group shares decline 3. Then why is it moving? See, and that's the other thing you need to recognize. If you don't know why this thing is moving, Don't be so overly excited to just buy in if you don't know the why. What's going on. You got to have the catalyst, man. No catalyst, no go. Okay, Friday game. Baba hit better than expected ER. Uh, Probably earnings than reported, but stock is going down. Pre-market U.S. and China relations, man. You know what, man? Friday guy, I have no idea. They always have. If you notice, anytime that the market has any kind of a slide or it's not going the way that they want, they will find something, anything to pin it on all the time. They do this all the time. So, is that the reason? I don't know. I mean, I can go back all the way to January and go day for day and show you a stock that exploded through this whole COVID thing. Like, exploded. So, what I'm saying is, if COVID didn't stop certain stocks from getting, from blowing up, then why the hell would a restriction news in China that has not had any true impact yet, why would that stop anything? You know what I'm saying? So when I see stuff like that, I don't even take it to heart because it's just a lot of talk, man. A lot of it is just talk based upon them. They just need something to talk about. You got news groups and rooms that are cycling 24 hours, literally a day. So, they just need to create some kind of a conversation. The markets, the futures are down because China made a new rule. Who gives a damn about the rule China? Do I give a damn right now about the rule China made? Hell no. How does that stop my money? Right? It doesn't. And this is the problem that we have, and this is what Trump is trying to get away from is this being overly dependent on other countries. What China got going on shouldn't stop our flow. Stop getting everything produced over there. Give huge tax breaks to companies that produce all their stuff right here. We know they're gonna have to pay like out of the what because of all of the all of the rules and regulations in the United States. But give them huge tax breaks to keep the production here, and then we don't give a damn about what China's doing. So I don't know what's going. I don't know if that's it. They just be looking for reasons, man. They just be talking half the time, and that's all I can tell you. I don't know. I wouldn't put too much merit on it. All right. Well, nothing new popped up on my last scan, same one. So let me look at the ones that I'm serious about now. Okay, so let's go review NAVB. Um, NAVB is going to be in my top. I'm looking at this one, and I'm probably looking to get this into 270 area. What is this, 277? Let me double check this on 5. Okay. Yeah, 294 is too close. Even if it worked, I don't care. I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait for this 277 area. Okay, so that one is still legit enough to trade. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that. And then the low of that candle is 270. So anywhere between 270 and 277 for NAVB. And then for DRAD, which I actually do like the way this one is shaping up from 287. If this thing was open right now, I'd drop down to, yeah, this is still good. I'm still a taker on DRAD early. And then TTOO, probably not. I'm gonna move XBAR up over it because XBAR is looking like something. This thing is done. This is a straight pump. It's crazy. I'm gonna really wait for this to sell off. I want it to open up and go crazy, and then I'll be sitting here waiting for it to sell back off to 85. So yeah, those are my top 3 for now. NAVB, DRAD, and XBI. And I ain't gonna rush anything or force anything. I'm just gonna let it all play out. If it comes back to my number, cool. And if nothing happens, I'll scan in about 15 to 30 minutes and just see what's moving. It's Friday. It's always one stock moving. So all right, y'all. As promised, what's up, HG? Swing trade position in Walmart. That's good, man. Right, on Tuesday, 125. Tuesday and 4 or 5. So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Trade. That's good. That's good. I know you like to swing. That's good, HG. Yeah, man. Keep up the good work, man. Y'all just stay diligent on what you do, whatever it is that you do. And if you're learning, Make sure you learn something sound. And the only tip I can give anybody who's learning is discipline is what's gonna set you free. If you got to one, know you're doing something that is a legit system, and then two, you got to be disciplined to it. If you do those two things, man, your success will come. Just work on efficiency. But all right, y'all, I'm about to close out because I don't want to be open during the market, live during the market. I want to be focused. Now I got enough time to put my orders in, and I can kind of stretch a little bit. I'll be ready. You guys have a good day, man. I wish y'all the best. I'm gonna come back probably in a little bit and go live again, just to recap it, but I want to be focused right now. All right, I'll see y'all later.